So we have a microphone kit. Yes, a table mounted one or desk mounted, whatever you want to call it. So this is from a company called FIFINE, something like that. And this is the K688 podcast microphone kit. Yes, it's a kit. It's an all-in-one kit. Perfect for beginners or even professionals. Hopefully anyway. We are going to be testing it out. Now it has two different types of connection. One being USB, so you can plug it straight into your PC or whatever device you're going to be using. Or the other alternative is what they call XLR. We are going to be testing both. It should be just plug and play. It should just work. Once you've assembled it, that is. And it shouldn't be too hard to assemble neither. So, before we get started, if you're new to my channel, why don't you consider subscribing, clicking on the bell for notifications, and giving this video, or any of my videos you might watch, the thumbs up. Let's get on with it, shall we? Right, so it is the K688CT dynamic microphone. XLR, like I said earlier, USB, clear and natural, and says about the connections. What's it got at the back? Features: real-time monitor, tap to mute, gain control, monitor output control, easy to adjust boom arm, XLR USB output for both PC and professional interfaces. Like I said, we will be testing both. And it should just be plug and play. And if you don't know what an XLR is, it's just like a 3-pin connection. We'll get into that anyway. Let's see what you get for your money. And it's around, at the time of making this video, it's around £100 or just over. So instructions, you may need them, you may not. Nice bit of padding there for protection, and yeah, I'm guessing it's for that bit there. What's this? Some washers, a couple of rubber washers there. Now something to bear in mind when taking the unit out, and I'm going to go through that in a second, it can be a bit springy, so you've got to be a little bit careful. So USB type C on one side and the standard USB on the other side. Perfect. So this would be for mounting it to the actual desk. So yeah, just fixes to your desk. Easy enough to understand. I'm going to put it back in the box for now, I think, if I can get it back in there. Oh, just leave it like that. Now this is the springy bit. Like I said, it can be quite violent. It can be, but looking at that, that's pretty cool. Easy to adjust. Any sharp edges? No, it feels alright. Nice little touch with the gold there, isn't it? Yes. So this will fit into this like so, and then you just screw that up to lock it in place, stop it falling out. Yeah? Like I said, that goes to the actual desk itself. Move that out of the way. And the microphone. Now it has a mute button, looking at that, on the side, and the actual wording of FIFINE. FIFINE? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. And that will mount onto that bit there. This. Yeah, that will just screw into, yeah, like so, into there. I'm not going to do that right now because I want to show you some of the components, all the actual adjustments. So we have the USB Type-C connection for using USB. We have XLR connection, like I said, it's a 3-pin sort of connection now. Oh, I didn't see a cable for that actually, so I don't know if it actually comes with a cable. Well, that feels really nice actually. Feeling that. That's really nice. I like the feel of that. And then we have headphone socket, we have a volume adjustment for the headphones, and we have a gain adjustment for the actual microphone itself. I like the little round circle bit there, the mount. That is to try and stop vibration. Yeah, so it's mounted. So it doesn't pick up any vibrations like when you bash the table and things like that. I do like the feel of that though. XLR now, will it need another cable? Let's have a quick look in the box. And no, it doesn't actually come with an XLR cable. But I think I've got one. But we will test it on USB first anyway, yeah, just to try it out and to get it going. And then we'll try XLR. Pretty sure I've got a cable somewhere. do like the feel of that though, that feels really nice. And it does look like quality as well, doesn't it? I know someone who might want this actually. They'd be very desperate for it. He's starting up his own channel. No, it's not me, it's someone else. Right, with that, I'll have a quick read the instructions just to make sure I haven't missed nothing out. And then we'll give her a test on the USB, okay? Right, so hopefully you can hear me clearly. I have actually tested it just to make sure, and yeah, audio to me sounded really nice and clear. Let me know in the comments what you think. Now, the way this works is you have this pointing to your mouth, because this is the bit you need to talk into. Not this bit, this bit, this bit, or this bit, but this bit, just so you understand. And also, the mute button, which is on this side that you can't see, it's green at the moment. So if I press it now, it went red, just in case you didn't hear me. Well, you wouldn't have heard me because I muted it. Yeah, so it goes red for mute, green for live, basically. And yeah, very easy to set up, no issues with that whatsoever. You just put the base clamp on first, and then you put the arm in the actual tube itself, do the little tube up so it can't come out by mistake, and then you can move it about how you want. Also, I plugged in the headphones and I can hear myself. That is the idea of the headphones, so you can actually hear what you're saying. And again, nice and clear, easy to adjust even though you can't actually see it because it's round here. So the one on the right is for the headphones, the one on the left is for gain, which I'm not going to play about with, but I wanted to point that out. And yes, you still will be able to hear noise if I bang on the table, because it can only dampen so much noise, if that makes sense. Well, it makes sense to me. And we have it plugged in on USB. I have tried the XLR connection and it came out really quiet, and I don't know why, but you can still hear yourself nice and clearly when you do playback, but it's just a bit quiet, and I think, why is that quiet? It might be my hardware, I'm not sure. It might need phantom power. I didn't see anything in the instructions, but I haven't read them properly yet. I just had a quick glance. Here's the instructions. Oops, get that out of the way. Yeah. See that? So, who's it for? Well, like I said earlier, if you're someone who wants to do live streaming or just chat to your friends, or you've got a meeting or something, perfect. You still can use your desk. Move the cables out of the way. I haven't moved the cables out of the way, but ideally you would run the cables something like that and then just put some Velcro around, just hold it in place to make it nice and tidy. And you wouldn't have this plugged in all the time, would you? Let me unplug that. See? And it'd be like that. And away you go. Link in the video description, by the way. Right, let's try the XLR, because I'm sure you want to know what it sounds like with the XLR. I will adjust the level of volume just so you can hear it nice and clearly, but only the level, nothing else. Same as what I'm doing now. All right, I'll be back. Forget that last bit when I said the volumes weren't very good. They're perfect now. So it must have been a bad connection or something. I'm not sure, but I'm looking at the meter reading. I've done a test as well on XLR, and yeah, volume levels are where they should be. So no need for me to do any adjustments. So I don't know. I don't know what happened now. Technical glitch, I'll call that. Anyway, what do you think about the audio? Nice and clear, hopefully? Well, I have had a listen, and yes, it is nice and clear. Now, one of the things I didn't mention on the USB, I know I said it's USB Type-C on one end and standard USB on the other, but pull that off and you have another USB Type-C connection underneath. Perfect. Perfect for people with USB Type-C connections on both ends. You know, one for here and one for your computer or laptop. So yeah, very pleased with it actually. I'm very, very pleased with it. Now I know the XLR is working properly. Like I said, I was a bit confused about why it wasn't given a good volume level, but it is now. It's right up there. It's in the yellows, nearly in the reds. I might have to turn the gain down a bit. I might. But the only downside I can find with the XLR is the mute button doesn't light up. for some reason, so you can't actually mute it on the mute button. It is off, so it's definitely not getting enough power to light that up. But apart from that, yeah, brilliant. Love it. Love the way it looks at you. You know, the way it faces you. It allows you to have your hands free underneath, you know, for your keyboard, your mouse, or for your laptop, whatever you're using, and yeah, it just works. Plug and play. Whether you're using USB or XLR. I like both. I have an XLR unit, and yeah, I plug it into that, and away we go. Perfect. Just like me. FIFINE have explained to me why the actual mute button doesn't work via XLR connection. This is what they told me, which makes sense actually. Let's see if I can explain it to you. The mute button doesn't light up via XLR connection because when it's connected to an audio interface, whatever you plug in the XLR cable on the other end, the microphone itself works as only a sound capturing device. All controls have to be done on the interface, and the K688 internal interface has not been powered on, which has to be done via USB connection, so the mute button doesn't light up. So, in short, when you use USB, it will light up because it will be getting power, and when you use XLR, it won't light up because your controls are all done by the actual unit you're plugging it into, and it switches off the controls for the mute button. Makes sense? And if you need to know about the little washers, these little babies here, it actually says on here 3/8 to 5/8 adapter for stand replacement rubber band. That's what that's for. You may never use them. I don't think I'd ever use them, but they're there in case you need to make an adapter. Yeah, makes sense. So with that, let me know in the comments what you think. Also, don't forget to check out the links in the video description below in case you want to buy one. They don't cost you any more money if you click on them links. It's the same price whether you use the links or not. It just gives me a little tiny kickback, and I mean tiny. You need to buy thousands of them for me to actually make any decent money out of it. Literally, thousands. So with that, like I said, give my thumbs up. So with that, if you like this video, you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and click on the bell for notifications for when the video goes live. Thank you very much for watching. Ching ching. Goodbye.